right. We're back with a little bit more Arknights. How you guys doing? It's 1:30 a.m. Oh man. Let's go ahead and get started for the people who stayed up.
You can sleep when I'm around, huh? How about we make sure you don't ever wake up?
Look, if you wanna do that, I think I'm okay with it. I mean, by your hands, you know, W supremacy. You know what I'm saying? How are you guys doing? Comey said this time. Wait, when did she donate? Huh? Must have been before the stream started. Thank you, Comey, for the gifted membership. And this time I'll probably be paying more attention because it won't early. I'll be playing because it won't early in the morning, because it isn't early in the morning, and I won't be playing video games. Got it. Sunday morning in Asia. Hey man, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you missed a word. You're already hard to understand, so you know what I mean? You got lucky rolling Brand Blue Fantasy gotcha? I don't know what you got, but if it's lucky, congratulations. Oh god, here we go. Okay. Yep. So we're gonna be continuing exactly where we left off. The tutorial. Still debating on rolling for her. Oh, you must be talking. You must be talking to Kent. All right. Let's go ahead and continue where we left off. Yeah, there's a little bit of green behind me. Who cares? We're going to leave it the way it is. Okay, nothing here. Let's see. Let's see what it's about to throw at me. Okay, it's going to teach me the mechanic to get rid of this, huh? I don't feel so good. There's a lot of activated Iridium here. Yeah, you shouldn't, because there's literally a catastrophe or Iridium, whatever they call it. That's because you're in an area contaminated by Iridium pollution. These are common on battlefields in the outskirts of Londinium. Operators deployed in them will take continuous damage and have reduced. I did notice the reduced SP. Okay, so I was right about that. I did notice that when it happened last time. Try to avoid them when deploying. So it's by design that they made me feel like
doesn't matter to me.
Like I should be in that back corner. There's that storm in the distance. It looks like it's heading towards us. Whoops. Active Iridium storm. Why is it headed our way? This should be drawn to. Damn it. You can't speed it up like you can the normal story. The storm expanded? Yeah. Correct. It grows stronger when it absorbs the active Iridium in its path. We're in real danger here, instructor. How do we deal with this? Calm down, Jessica. We deploy with our new withered altar in another direction to draw it away from us. I thought I was gonna get rid of it. We actually have to. We have to pay attention to where we put it to. Once placed, we'll have to deploy an operator to activate it too. Leave this to me. Wait, huh? I hate this mechanic.
Doesn't matter to me. Hey, catch.
Of course, so there's gonna be units that.
You have violated the fire regulation.
I don't know how I feel about this chat.
Extinguishing flames.
I don't know how I feel about this chat.
Standing by, not one step backward.
Mission accomplished.
So I'm gonna have to, bro. What mechanic do you like? I don't know. I don't think I like any of them. Fuck these mechanics. Time to bust out Wisdale. We'll see if it gets that bad. If it gets that bad, then I'm just ready to continue on. All right, let's see if it's gonna give me story right before. Yeah, it will. Okay, of course. 13 hours into the operation. And they're gonna start off with a blabberfest by Chaotik. Okay, the further we go, the more dire the situation becomes. Freshly rent canyons, diverted rivers, pathways that withstood the weight of great nomadic cities, now torn, distorted, warped beyond recognition. The maps of the past are now no more than scrap paper. Every trail must be charted anew. There's no doubt that the blood of Tikis lies this way, though. Our bond yet hums. The closer we get to the heart of the battlefield, the higher the rate that Iridium integrates with all information. The rocks, the soils, the waters, the peoples. Iridium's influence has its clutch around virtually everything on Terra. Yet, perhaps, we have long forgotten the fundamental principles of how it works. What do you mean by information just now, Chaotik? Perhaps you shall find out rather soon, Doctor. Or maybe... no, never mind. Objectively speaking, the Iridium contaminated terrain does give a tactical advantage to the race's military operations. In contrast, the Victorian front is all but shattered. But this level of Iridium activity still pales in comparison to the catastrophe strike earlier. The races will never use Iridium so recklessly just to gain a slight tactical advantage. This much I know of him. He knows the consequences. Sounds like we're in for a difficult journey. It's gonna be infield after this, and no time for it. Nah. We're gonna be doing both. We're still gonna be on our Arknights journey. Don't fret. We still gonna be doing the Arknight stuff. Ain't no way I just desert Arknights and then just hop on infield. And then there's so many connections between the two. Nah, I'm definitely sticking with it. There's a vehicle heading this way. Halt. The truck shudders to a stop as several familiar faces hop off. Master Banshee and the King of Sarkas. I told you we shouldn't have taken this road. Now we can't run away now. It's not like they're bad guys. Weren't you supposed to stay at the lifeboat? Well, I'll be honest here. Master Banshee, Your Highness, we were scared, terrified, having to stay inside that skeleton, not knowing who or what might come running over the hills to attack us. So we ran. I know that desertion is a crime, but we were never going to be of any use, were we? So I beseech you, my lord, Your Highness, please don't execute us. We'll happily take the whip instead, however many lashings you wish. I'm not going to execute you, and I never demanded that you fight for me. If you want to go, then you may go. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Your Highness. You're wise and merciful, and can we three go with you? Say no more. Her Highness has already done an incredible kindness by sparing our lives, and you would still demand more of her? Don't be a fool, shopkeep. How much of a chance do you think the three of us and that broken truck's got? You'd probably get blown up by a bomb or worse. And it's probably going to be one of W's bombs just laying there on the ground too. Your Highness, this is just my humble request. But please get us off this battlefield. I'll give you everything I have. As long as these two live, I'll swear my undying fealty to you. No, that's not the issue here. If you were to follow us, I'm sorry to say that it would be just as dangerous. What do you think we should do, Doctor? I can't imagine us survive on the battlefield on our own. Very well then, driver. Can we travel together for a while? Yeah, I should have chose the third one. After we pass through the war zone, we should leave Victoria once and for all. Thank you. My deepest gratitude. And please use our transport. It should carry us far enough. Oh, King of Sarkaz. We are a most magnanimous soul. And I truly do not know how I could repay this kindness of yours. The coin. Huh? The coin I gave you. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Good thing I didn't drop it. Here, for you, my lord. I was wrong to beg it of you. It was my honor to serve, Banshee Lord. I could have expected a payment for such a privilege. I think they're scared of you. I hope you don't think me a miser. I need to ensure that they are not imposters. You need not fear. I hold no malice against you. Logos moves his finger and the coin in his Logos moves his fingers and the coin in his palms vanishes, only to reappear in the shopkeep's hand in a heartbeat. The shopkeep stares, first at the hand capable of quaking the earth and shaking mountains with a single pin stroke. Then at the coin in his own hand, and finally back at the deadpan Banshee, unsure of how to react. Was that a magic trick? How delightful. You're a man of many talents, sire. I better go help driver start the car. A most interesting performance. I saw Scout and Outcast demonstrated several times, but I could never quite get the movements right. It's my lack of skill that made for a lackluster effect. I've never seen that side of you. Doctor, there are times when I also regret the fact that many of our shared memories have disappeared into the ether. We never did talk about the past much. I suppose the right time never came up. If we ever find ourselves time to reminisce after this ordeal, perhaps you'll be pleasantly surprised by the anecdotes of your past. But for now, we must go. Of the anecdotes of this this past. Sorry, I'm frustrated with how much I stutter, so I'm like making fun of it. Watching this even though I didn't read chapter 13, bruh. I thought I'm lagging. There's no way you thought you were lagging. There's no sound here. The stillness is strange. I can't hear the sound of our breathing or the vehicle's engine. I can't even hear my own heartbeat. Is this some kind of Iridium arts? Could someone have blocked off sounds in the vicinity to conceal themselves? No, Amiya. Listen carefully. It is not that sound has forsaken this place. Instead, there is a great, tremendous roar, so great that it drowns out its lessers. It is the deafening cry of death itself. Look, over there, that leaf. A leaf hangs from its lowest branch, its surface tinted with vibrant yet bizarre colors, like the work of a haphazard artist or sunlight reflecting off of a puddle of grease. Like the visages of some sort of arts, like some kind of fungal infection. It is rotting. Decay unhinges its maw, gnawing at all in its sight, leaving behind only iridescent bite marks. Within a few seconds, the springly yet strange coloration spreads across the entire plant and even into other bushes. The once succulent leaves become drips of foaming liquid, leaving behind only bare vein networks quivering in the wind. Just like a fin beast skeleton collection? Just like a fin beast skeleton after its flesh has been picked clean, unceremoniously discarded. The wind rises as if wanting to tear at their skin. It is the sigh of an unsatiated beast. Logos, the marsh. Silver incantations flow forth, plunging into the depths of the marsh. Did you manage to stop it? No. I wish they had an animation to kind of show this, like so that we could see exactly how it's like spreading. The muffled sound of water sloshing. Wait, sloshing is a real word? The muffled sound of water sloshing ripples from the marsh, echoing about in the deathly silence. Sloshing is a real word. The sound of a foot pulling from the ooze. Sound of a foot. What? Of a foot pulling from the ooze. What does that sound like? Then stepping down again. Oh, like it's pulling from the ooze as he's like stepping forward. Got it. The sound of a foot pulling from the ooze and stepping down again. Steady. Yeah, I didn't like it. Didn't complete the thought just yet. Yeah, I got it now. Steady unseen steps churn the muddy water, slopping it to the shore. They're choosing very interesting words. Prepare for battle. Stay where I can see you, Doctor. Black arcs shoot into the marsh, but the burst of sound quickly dies down as though swallowed up. The steps begin again, the rhythm unchanging, the resolve unyielding. A tattered hymn floats above the surface of the water as ripples clash into ripples, becoming a chaotic jumble of lines and shapes. Chaotic. Okay, that's creepy. Monster. A dazzling beam of light spews forth from the monster's mouth, but the shining lance is almost amidst the dark swamp. To sloshing change. The sloshing change. I hate that that's a word. Sloshing changes. Oh, these are like the undead dudes with the staff, but these with swords. Huh. A series of hurried footsteps erupt in the silence, and all sounds lost return once more. A brilliant cacophony, an ear-splitting din. Oh, he's going he's going right after monster. Like, that's a dumb move. You about to get clapped. Death has come for you all. Stay back, you, whatever you are. Look out. Cage. A pseudorum. A burial shroud, still wrapped around a corpse. His body is already rotted away. Conventional attacks have no real effect. This is a form of witchcraft innate to the undead or possibly an ancient tradition. It still doesn't sound right, Comey. Sloshing, like, it still doesn't sound right. It still sounds like crap. Undeads devour life to nourish their bodies, but all bodies have an end. Once at the cusp of that end, powerful undead will nourish weaker ones with their flesh, gaining unfathomable speed and strength in return, alongside witchcraft energy that no ordinary body could bear. Shut up, Comey. In so doing, they become more powerful creatures, while their nourishment allows the undead society to sustain and grow, just as fallen leaves nourish the land and the land supports new lives. Fair? An eternal cycle. Flood. The muddy waters of the swamp rise swiftly, like a curtain immersing the undead up to its torso. At the same time, incantations wind and weave their way around the group, holding back the rot's insistent bite. Over there, quick, we'll head into the forest. Don't step on the mud. With the swamp rising, or perhaps the mist sinking, the dark ground becomes a gaping mouth trying to engulf all. The group struggles through the mire, each breath growing more labored. A singular thought seizes the collective mind. Living is a tedious and futile effort compared to the peaceful, eternal slumber that awaits if they simply turned around and embraced death. See, they just need a hot character to just say that. I guarantee you at least one of them would turn around, right? Living is a tedious and futile effort compared to the peaceful, eternal slumber that awaits if you simply turn around and embrace death. All you got to do is just have one with just turn around. Monster, protect the doctor. He's here. The only sound they can hear is the whistling of the corroded blade as it swings down. The undead, the one who walks alongside death, has arrived before them. Piercing cry? Did Monster also feel the pain? All life withers before his arts. If we are caught in the undead's with witchcraft, our life force will be sapped to become its nourishment. Oh man, so how are we supposed to take this out? He's fast. Did he come from the mud or drop from a tree? Either is possible. From life to death, from blossom to wither, they draw upon the entire life cycle, turning into seeds that produce new undead. Don't tell me they act. I really hope these enemies do not like spread, like they don't separate and then become new ones or something. I can feel it, the unending flow of witchcraft energy flooding towards us. And not just from the enemy before us, from the marsh, amidst the trees, it's everywhere. We've been wrapped in the undead shroud. By his hands, death hangs above our very heads. By only tearing apart this barrier of witchcraft can we defeat him. Miner, am I about to die? He's tired, shopkeep. Here, hold on to me so we don't get separated. You're first, aren't you? Driver, hold my hand. Whatever you do, don't fall. She's fading out of consciousness. I can't hold her up much longer. Ordinary healing techniques won't help. Oh my god, it's giving me hints of how much I'm gonna hate this. Undead's witchcraft is devouring us all. Leave me. I'll only hold you back. You can let go of us. I know that if it wasn't for us, you and Banshee could fight more easily. No, I promised that I'd get you out of the battlefield. We're in this together. Is that so? Good. Scent of blood. It pervades the air. It's Driver and the others' wounds. No, this blood is witchcraft. Huh? As in a vampire? This forest has undeads and vampires? A thin fog of blood floats all around them. This is entirely different from the Prince of Blood's arts they've witnessed before. It is subtle, like delicate strands of silk, nearly smothered by all the all-encompassing mists of decay around them. But it is silken strands that slightly stir the stagnant air. Amiya, feel the flow of the wind. Feel the flow of the wind. Sorry. I will expose the weave of the shroud and locate its weakest point. Got it. Black arts gather before Amiya's body, condensing into a spear. Logos raises his hand, pointing at the depths of the thick fog. Pierce. Oh dang, got him too. Well, I mean, yeah, he's a banshee. Okay, never mind. Shut up. Herald of Death. You resist the spread of the rot, but to no avail. In the end, death will claim your corpse. I have never once doubted that. Disperse. His giant blade falls, sticking to the soil like a gravestone. The undead shroud flutters and billows. In an instant, his imposing figure disintegrates, leaving behind only several tattered strips of cloth gently falling to the ground. Is he dead? I can finally breathe. Clack, clack. It's the sound of bone scraping against bone. Oh no, you dead. A withered hand stretches out of the mud. Huh? Watch out! It fell apart? Looks like it to me. When did you become such a badass driver? Shouldn't we keep going, Your Highness? Yes, it is best we leave at once, before the undead reawakens and catches up to us again. I thought it was actually going to have me try and fight against one of them, but I feel like it's only a matter of time. I wasn't expecting a vampiric art circle here. It is still working. Those vampiric arts that suddenly appeared as if we were fighting the Cidaram, yeah. Was it because of the circle? I'm afraid it's not that simple. I'm sure you're well aware, Amiya, that those arts were cast by a vampire. Perhaps a descendant of a vampire? I assume that while the Sanguinarch has been taken off the battlefield, the gifts he bestowed will not so easily fade away. It doesn't matter. I do my best to put these corrupted lives to rest, as I've done before. Logos, can you please assist me? Amiya. The sound becomes ever clearer. Coming from behind the bloodstained boulders, it sounds like it's the sound of limbs dragging across the ground, a sound that they've heard countless times in previous battles. Amiya notices the expression on Logos' face. He looks not at the stone columns, but at Amiya, a trace of emotion fleeting across his eyes. It is sorrow. Amiya recognizes it instantly. She has felt sorrow countless times since the war began, sometimes from an enemy, but mostly from her companions. Driver? Oh yeah, you gone. Your Highness. When did it happen? Was it while we were fighting? Oh, was she dead the entire time? Oh, it was when we left the skeleton. I brought along a rock that the military commission had ordered us to transport. I thought since it made us stronger before, it might come in handy. Oh, in a battle. It really did help, right? I never dared to imagine that I could fight alongside you and defeat that strange enemy. Used a blood crystal left behind by a vampire? Did you pierce your body with it? No, that wouldn't have induced such a drastic change. You swallowed some fragments. You willingly accepted the Sanguinarch's blood and arts. I've always had the vampire bloodline, even though it's pretty faint by now, but I could sense the Sanguinarch's call, even if it felt nothing more like a whisper. I've seen those worms crawl out of Sarkis' corpse before, so there's no need to pity me for not knowing the consequences. Instead of dying in the gutter like a real worm without so much as a yelp, I'd rather accept this power and die on the battlefield like a real Sarkis. This isn't a spur of the life moment decision. A few months ago, while driving aimlessly through the wilderness, I heard a broadcast about what was happening in Londinium. And somehow, I just drove all the way here. Shopkeep says I read too many stories about knights. That's rubbish. Everyone knows that Kasdel doesn't need knights. I just wanted to know if there was a real path in life that I could follow, one with a proper end. If I could give some meaning to my life without just wasting it. And then I met you. The path of the King of Sarkis is a path for me. We fought alongside each other on this path. Like you said, we're in this together. And now the fighting stopped, at least for now. My buddies are still alive. Your Highness, you can deal with me as you see fit. Deal with you? What are you all talking about? Driver, why have you become like real scary, aren't I? Your Highness, please, I beg of you, help her. And Lord Banshee, sire, I humbly return this coin to you. It is the only thing of worth I have. Witchcraft is the trigger of her condition, not the cause. There is nothing I, Amiya, or even Dr. Chaotik can do to reverse the changes. Then what are you going to do? Don't tell me you're going to kill her like you killed those red worms. Stand aside, Shopkeep. This was my decision. Your Highness, I heard that in the past, the greatest warriors of the Sarkis, right before they died, could request that the king grant them a vision. I don't know if I count or not. Amiya raises her hand. Black arts coalesce at her fingertips. A desperate smile emerges on Driver's face as she unconsciously looks at the top of the goddess's head, searching for a legendary black crown. My king, what will I see? I just hope it won't be me driving that piece of junk around Kasdel. Driver, can you tell me your name, your real one? Is this a part of the ceremony too? Well, if I knew your name, it would be a lot easier. Mariela? Mariela. There's no A in between. Mariela. A common name. That is not a common name. Mariela. Sorry, I never stayed in Casimir's for so long, so my pronunciation may be lost. Maybe off. No, it's good. It's been so long since anyone called my name so gently. Ever since my mother died. Mariela, I refuse your request. You won't grant me a vision? I suppose I was never a warrior to begin with. No, that's not it. I refuse to let you die here, by my hand, Mariela. You have not become the vampire's creation. Your looks have changed, but I don't sense you becoming any more evil or bloodthirsty. And even if you are showing a bit more of your ancient bloodline, you're still you. You do not deserve punishment, nor should I be the one to give you your honor. But you are the king of Sarkis. Please call me Amiya. Miss Mariela. I've had my share of worries because your team isn't compromised by Rhodes Island operators. I was thinking earlier about how we could get along with you three. But in truth, it wasn't a problem at all. If you wish to fight alongside us for your common goal, then I welcome you with open arms. The young Cardis keeps her arms outstretched, her blue eyes blinking. The Sarkis woman grasps her slender fingers. Despite not feeling much sorrow, 2 rows of scarlet tears still flow down her cheeks. Marilla, origin meaning well-fed sea drop. That's a variety. Well-fed? It's actually interesting because she's a vampire. Were you watching Amiya? She changed a lot these past few years. She's become more mature. The core of the vampire's ritual has changed. It is no longer just a tool to amplify the strength of the Sarkas, nor a simple collector of energy. It is deepening the Sarkas bloodline's bond with Originium and Amninam. I said it in the last stream. This freaking word is gonna be the death of me. Amninam. The blood of the Tikas is playing a role in this somehow. The strength of the Sarkis bloodline acts as a direct catalyst to the Originium spread. In turn, the information within the Originium empowers the bloodlines, changing their powers and other traits. Omninam. M&Ms. The effects of these arts seem familiar. Confessory is skilled at bringing out the power in bloodlines. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. We must be ready. The threat that Amninam or Omninam, even though that's wrong, I like that better. The threat that Amninam represents may very well be greater than anything we expected. Omninam. I like that so much better. Oh God. Will I am? Oh God.
Yep. Another beautiful day.
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
An improv from us. The comfort, liberty, and sunlight all around us.
I'm listening. If you're really drenched and bone bare weeds.
Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay, never mind. That was a bad move. Well, not a bad move, but yeah. I wonder if this affects the enemy too. It showed that it did in the previous fight, so let's try this.
Pass on your last words? No.
It should, right? I don't want that there.
I know what to do better than at your step. Please, trust in me.
Yeah, that's gonna make this a lot easier. Okay, cool. And you guys just die. Get this to max. Take you back. Throw this up here.
Incapacitating them is enough, right?
I'm prepared. Fear not the firelight.
Magma will dredge up Originian veins. Keep your distance.
Kind of surprised that she's just targeting us like that.
Who knows? I might sneak off somewhere.
Don't keep me. Nothing can mask the scent of despair. Vermin.
The concert, liberty, and sunlight all around us.
You've got until 3 to surrender. 3!
Mission accomplished.
Okay, this mechanic isn't that bad because I can actually use it against the enemy. So I think I'm gonna be able to adjust to this fairly well. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to adjust this fairly well. 23 hours into the operation. The route ahead has been cleared. I'll continue scouting the Sarkis' army's movements. I haven't found any trace of them yet. Thank you, Misery. Continue to set up those sentry posts. Morgan, found any surviving Victorian soldiers where you're at? I'm afraid not. Nothing but Iridium crystals here. We haven't run into any Victorian troops, corpses, or wrecks since we entered the westbound forest. Damn it, we can tell there's been a bloody huge battle. So where have all the people gone? The terrain here keeps changing. Maybe the ground ate them all up. We cannot underestimate the tenacity of the people. It is only because there are those who refuse to give up that the exemplars even exists. It's why we're here in the first place. Share. Keep the medics ready to receive any army remnants and civilians. I forgot who they were talking about when they said that name. I was like, who is that? We've got extra supplies, so no need to worry on that front. The bad news is that there are so many infected among our troops now, it's almost impossible to distinguish between infected and uninfected soldiers. I'd like your professional opinion on that matter. Would registering the infected help our men or not? Funny you should ask, registering the infected. That might have been the first thing they taught me at the military academy. But where we stand now, I'd say there's no real sense to it. Yeah, that mechanic in the hard stages too, right? Vaguely remembering rushing through this because I see. Then let's stop registering them. Just try your best to provide everyone, infected or not, with Rhodes Island's recommended protective measures. The rest is not up to us anymore, at least not for now. Let's all focus on surviving this war first, then we can worry about the wars to come. Oh, my drone's back. How awful. The entire propulsion system has been clotted up by crystal dust. Based on monitored data, Environmental iridium concentration is still fluctuating wildly. Send me that data you just got, Rock. We've got a new iteration of our iridium activation trend model, and I want to see if our calculations fit real-world data. It looks like there's not enough data to do that. The trend of this curve, let's wait for Victor's team to finish off the diffractometer analysis report. Then we should be able to calculate the safe areas in real time. This place freaks me out. It's like one minute it's deadly quiet, and the next there's some terrifying iridium mountain pushing its way up out of the dirt. The safe areas keep changing. Although we've managed to re-establish short-range comms after working our asses off, if you go even a step out of range, all that interference will just get in the way again. Good thing I planned ahead and asked Rydian for her arts unit before we left for Londinium. After a little copy and paste, I made a knockoff version. It's not as good as the real deal, but it should help. Once we got these portable communications towers up, we'll be able to transmit the locations of the safe areas to anyone on the battlefield who needs them. This information will save many lives. Well, yeah, that's what Rhodes Island does. Horn, status update. We've successfully arrived at Gibsonham. Jesus, these names. It's the last supply point before we reach the front at Silver Rock Bluffs. The reconnaissance team already made their initial scouting report. Looks like there are traces of the ducal armies here. Must have passed through on the way to the front a few days ago. If we can confirm at this point that the route Trilby Asher provided is safe, is there anyone in town? The streets are empty, but I can sense a flicker of shadows and the smell of food. We decided against contact to avoid unneeded misunderstandings. Understood. We'll rendezvous with you as soon as we can. It's getting dark. Seems like everything's going smoothly. Best we let our fighters get some rest and some hot soup in them. Remember to save some for my team. They'll be taking a while longer to get back after the work is done. Rock and I still have to head over to Feist. I'm not sure if we'll be able to double communication range by nightfall, but we'll do our best to finish ASAP. No need to worry. We'll save the best for your people. It's all the same canned provisions though, right? Would you like some engine oil for dressing them? All units continue onward until you reach Gibsonham. I hope things can be peaceful tonight as things are now. All the houses seem to be empty. Have the residents gone into hiding? Gibsonham's not far from the Duke's defense line, so I doubt Sark has ever fully captured it. Not to mention that the ducal armies just passed through a few days ago. Horn's caution is warranted though. There might be some scattered ducal troops who want to reconvene with main army and decided to camp out here first. Although Trilby Asher's helping us out with his advice, Victoria's never exactly been a model for unity. Not to mention the complicated nature of the exemplars. I dare say there are a few old-fashioned military nobles who would rather not tolerate our very existence. I see. Then let's show them the full scale of our forces. It'll deter those with ulterior motives and alert anyone who needs our help of our arrival. The rumbling of traveling tanks reverberates through the quiet night. The low roar of the engines forceful yet steady. The soldiers cautiously advance, observing their surroundings, but still, all they see are pitch black windows and doorways. It doesn't look like they want to make first contact. That's fine, as long as it means we can get along. Wait, I hear something. The building to the front and left. That's the sound of an artillery shell casing falling to the ground. An ambush? On your guard, everyone. I'll lead a team to scout instead. First squad, second squad, follow my lead. There are no signs of life in an abandoned factory. Contrary to expectation, there are no sound of an explosion following the fallen casings. Are you sure that was fallen casings, Horn? Absolutely sure. That's a special model only allocated to elite Victorian troops. Yeah, she knows her shit. No traces of anyone living here. Don't move, Siege. Siege carefully puts her foot down back to where it was. Horn points at a thin tripwire barely visible against the ground. Nicely concealed. But with the surrounding piping obstructing the view, real tricky to spot. A booby trap? No, it's not linked to any explosive, just a simple alarm system. Just a simple alarm system, Jesus Christ. Based on how they've installed it, I'd say they're military. Should we try to initiate contact? Yeah, everyone get behind us. Prepare to engage. Hello, we don't mean any harm. Our unit's called the Secret Passage. Get ready to enter. Stay behind my shield. Halt. We're not... Help. Bagpipe. I knocked over some spent ammunition while on watch. How could they have heard from so far away? They avoided your alarm too. These troops, I don't think they're any ordinary. She can block your pile driver spear? Captain? And Siege too? It really is you, Fiona. Yay, it's Bagpipe. The lady with long red hair suddenly throws herself into the arms of her captain. So you were alive all along. Wonderful, how wonderful. Horn gently releases Bagpipe from her embrace, then claps a hand on her shoulder. Good to see you in one piece, and in rather good shape too. I'll make my report now, Captain. I've done it. I managed to extract the intelligence on Spectre Force. I can what they're planning now. I survived. I got my memories. I got the truth, and I stayed alive. Your orders, I never forgot a word of them. Good to hear. I knew you could do it. I always knew. Welcome back, Bagpipe. Wait, you're not... Everyone, we mean you no harm. It's alright to come out. Dang, they were hiding in the trenches, bro. They couldn't find a trace that these people existed. One by one, silhouettes emerged from the shadows. In the trenches, the elderly, children, the sick and the wounded, civilians. Hundreds of pairs of eyes stare at Siege and her men in fear and curiosity, taking their measure. You're not with the ducal armies? Most of you aren't dressed like Victorian soldiers. In fact, you mostly look like workers to me. That's right. We're not under any of the dukes. We're called the exemplars. Sure. Counting up the civilians who are hiding in the factory and giving them a checkup, all he can say at the moment is that it's looking better than we expected. Aside from those infected soldiers under the Duke of Fife who came along with you, and a small team of military engineers under the Duke of Normandy, everyone else is just local civilians who couldn't escape. Bagpipe is like that NPC you never went back to until you're much further into the game. Bro, I'm telling you that they're gonna have to make a Bagpipe altar and then just make sure she looks all cleaned up because of just how old the model looks. Aside from those infected, oh yeah, I just read this. Everyone else is just local civilians who couldn't escape. The Ducal Alliance armies came through here a few days ago, but they rather give up a chance at being rescued than seek help from the Grand Dukes. It's understandable why the soldiers would avoid them. They're either worried about the status of their infection or worried about a court-martial. But as for the civilians, perhaps this was the year the people living around Londinium got to reassess their country, and those decorated, and those decorated higher ups. Bagpipe, how did you manage to get their trust? Are you listening, Bagpipe? Huh? Oh, hey, Captain. You need to pay attention during tactical meetings. The maps on the wall, not my face. Sorry, Captain. Warren lets out a small sigh. I really shouldn't be asking. You are Fiona, after all. I'm just a wee bit glad. The exemplars, the Tempest platoon predecessors, I guess the rumors were true. I'm actually amazed that you still remember what you learned in military history class. Well, of course. I was still at training camp. Triangle made sure I committed to this fact to memory. Out by the training field, the scammers? I'm gonna just stop at that. We're full of leaves, blocking the sun just right. Then there were rocks at the top of the cliff. Hard as well, rocks. Hand will sting if, oh my god. Hand will sting if you tried to climb them. Sycamores? That's what I thought it was, but I'm not really sure. I'm not giving her that voice because I don't know how to do it. Every single time I freaking try, it doesn't come out right. Handle sting if you tried to climb them. I remember when Cello and Obe had a wager on who will complete the rock climbing training course the fastest. The loser had to do 100 one-handed push-ups. I was about to say that all wrong. Obe was a right fool. Who would have taken that bet with Cello? Oh my god. The way she talks is really confusing me. Like, I want to say the way she's saying it, but I'm gonna fuck it up. Maybe you should have reminded him back then. You were even sitting on his back the whole time he was doing those push-ups. Oh, bow. Wait, you say Obow? Okay. Oh, it's cello. Okay. It's all music instruments. Oh, got it. I was just helping him with his training, and I'd say it turned out all right in the end, eh? He was just a hair behind cello the next time. The exemplars when the Tempest platoon, sorry, I'm trying to slow down, but it's hard knowing that this chapter is so long to just slow down and not freaking, yeah. I'll try and slow down a little bit. The exemplars. When the Tempest platoon was first established, nothing was left of this legendary unit from the War of the Four Nations. Not even its unassigned unit ID. But now, it has returned once more to the battlefield. We're all members of the exemplars now, Bagpipe. As long as our team is still here, we'll never stop fighting the good fight. There isn't a strategy meeting inside. Why are you standing out here in the cold? Isn't there a strategy meeting inside? Yeah. Just wanted to clear my head for a few minutes. Did you think I was someone else? Baird or... No, not really. I believe you. If someone suddenly popped out of the fog tonight, I wouldn't have any expectations either. Not everyone is as lucky as Horn, reuniting with the person they most want to see. Luck, eh? That's a luxury around here. That's enough blues for tonight. We should head inside. Wait. Victorian soldiers, are they remnants of who stayed behind? No, they can't be. I never noticed them until they got this close. They are the elite of the elites. Caster's men. It's positively frigid out here. My hands are frozen stiff. The days truly are getting colder as they go by. Why, I've only taken a little jaunt, and my full plaid's already half soaked though. Oh. Duke of Goddin. My young friends, won't you invite me inside to warm my hands for a spell? Since you come all this way in person, I suppose we should show you some courtesy. Delphine? Yes, Vina? Let's show the Duke the way.
A battle without an explosion or cheering makes me feel a little uneasy.
I used you
Let's
once.
head back.
I used you once.
Maybe next time.
For a split second to push something. Calm down, Texas. Why do I feel like this is going to be a little bit more difficult than it looks?
Got it.
Excuse me? Who are you, sir? Phew, much better. I'm curious on why he came out here, because this seems a little odd. The Duke just wanting to meet up with them like this. And it had to be prepared because he had his men with him and everything, and he didn't look surprised or anything. Like, this is just weird. Once you reach a certain age, you come to prefer bright and warm places. The Dukes would never plot. I mean, I guess, but it's just odd. Something about this feels odd. Is that beans I smell? I was cooking some canned beans for dinner. You want some, sir? Don't mind if I do. Would be better if I had some seasoning from home. Perhaps some marinated meat. Jesus. I was thinking the same. We Goddins. See how I just naturally did that by accident? What is it? I ken who are you now? I ken who you are now. And you're a wee bit different from what's in the news. Well, you can ask your captain. I held her when she was wee. Little Rita touched my horn and asked why her dad didn't have one. I apologize for my insolence at the time, Your Grace. Not many have the nerve to touch my horns, Lieutenant Scamandros. You showed courage from a very young age. Or should I say, all of you are brave warriors from Victoria. Your defense of Shetley was outstanding, as your performance at Brentwood. The exemplars you call yourself? I've long wanted to meet you, though it seems your leader does not welcome my presence. Pardon my frankness, Your Grace, but it's hard to treat your sudden appearance as a gesture of good faith. Of course, Lady Windermere, I understand, especially in times like this. I sent men to Ironclad Gallivey. This doesn't feel right. They were traveling quickly, but fortunately, I made it in time to present funeral flowers for Amphilis. I appreciate the gesture. I assume the Duke of Goddin, hasn't come all the way here just to give us a medal. What if I say I have? Most of us are neither nobles nor intelligence officers. Like, why did they say it like that? Oh, that's what they call them in that region. Okay. It would be best if you didn't beat around the bush. Your Royal Highness Alexandrina is as direct as they say. Would you prefer if I called you Siege like your friends do? I fully understand why the Exemplars avoided the ducal armies along the way. You didn't want them to get involved in the machinations of the Dukes. You want to fight only for Victoria and her people, like the legendary unit that you're named after. And so, I'm here as the Duke of Goddin. I'm not here as the Duke of Goddin. Yeah, I'm not here. I'm here as Sean Goddin, member of the Parliament, to extend an invitation to the Parliament authorized Tempest Platoon and the rest of the Exemplars. Leave that outdated identification code behind. I'm asking that you intervene in this war in the name of the Parliament. Nope, they're not going to do that. They are not going to do that. Of course he has an ulterior motive. I told you. The miners' camp has burned to the ground. No sign of Sarkis soldiers. Misery feels a slight chill. The campsite's charred debris has cooled. He moves some collapsed wooden beams aside and finds a few unrecognizable bodies. Miners. Remains of the infected. It's all the same everywhere. What's that sound? Of course. Nice hiding spot, Sudarum. Undead spotted northwest of the Gibsonham. Out of comms range already? Death has you. Several ruined swords pierce out of the ground beneath Misery's feet, but he is no longer there. Yeah. Misery rips through the fabric of space with his dagger and retreats out of range. The collapsed ruins turn into a cage, trapping the undead's withered bodies. Shush now. I have you too. He's such a boss, man. Duke Goddin. I understand that the Victorian Parliament has not held a session for a very long time. Everyone who escaped Londinium knows that the Sarkis have been the ones giving the orders from the place of Wesseleg during this time. Of course, I don't deny the present circumstances. Why don't we cast our gaze further, though, to the future beyond the war? The future? Isn't it a little too early to be bargaining over that? If bargaining and coercion were synonyms? Yeah, she does not like this guy. I feel it. You misunderstand me. Goddin is not caster. I would much prefer to sit by the fireside than gather at the negotiation table. I'm more about drinking and playing cards with friends. It gets cold rather quickly once summertime is gone. Mind if I have my men add some wood to the fire? You might as well have them come in. Thank you. That's much better. Where were we? But yes, the future. We know that the war will end and Victoria will triumph. The war will inevitably bring, or so I should say, has already brought about irreversible changes, ending a 20-year stalemate. If anyone in the room is interested in the empty throne, it certainly isn't me. Excellent. See, we already have a consensus. As a matter of fact, I held a little meeting not too long ago and saw the Iron Duke in person. Seeing him always reminds me of when I first saw the guest row. Like so many other children who grew up hearing tales of the Empire's death knell, I searched for the shadow of the ruins that belonged to Linganez, only to find not Gaul, but the glory of the strongest nation of our time, so splendid that I could not bear to turn away. You want us to believe you care more about Victoria than Goddin? Make no mistake, I would never call myself a patriot. A duke must always put his dukedom before all else. This is not just a matter of interest, but also a duty, a responsibility. But I wonder, what's the difference between Goddin and Wellington? Wellington would still be Wellington, with or without Victoria. But what would become of Goddin if light of Victoria went out? Perhaps it would survive, but things would certainly not get better. I really don't feel good about this guy right now. Wellington kinda delicious. Not beef Wellington, you dummy. Like, oh my god. I'm kinda... I hate that you just did that, because I'm hungry now. I heard the Sarkis got a beef with Wellington. I hate you guys, man. Don't want the Grand Dukes to really divide Victoria. I'm not the only one. You know that? As strong as Victoria is, she is not without her rivals. Ursus, Lithinian, Columbia, Sargon, all the ambitious nations of Terra have their eyes on us. We need a single, unified voice to bring stability. This is why Parliament exists. All the ducal realms will select an appropriate representative, including Windermere. This is what the exemplars mean to Victoria. No soldier who fights for the cause of Victoria will need to fear betrayal again. The Speaker of Parliament has always been the king for the entirety of the role's existence. But that does not mean that he or she must sit on the throne. This is what you mean to all of us, Your Royal Highness Alexandrina, if you are willing. No one speaks as the Duke's words sink in. Only the crack of the fire Goddin lit can be heard. I have only one question for you, Your Grace. If all this could have waited until after the war, then if I refuse, can my friends and I leave with the size of kings? Siege. Crossbowmen outside. We're surrounded. Maybe we already were. Yeah, see, I knew it. I told you this didn't feel right. I told you. First, we learn what a commitment is to... Yeah, what a commitment is to Castor. Now we learn what friendship is to Goddin. Friends treat each other as equals, do they not? My offer remains fair. At the minimum, I gave this young friend from Goddin the opportunity to point her pale driver spear at me. I knew it. This didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. There's no reason for him to be there. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason. So just him showing up already raised my suspicions. Never trust a man with a bad mustache or horns. I take that back. There's so many good characters in here that has horns, but a bad mustache and horns, yeah, you can't trust that. I think that's fair, right? Lost the signal from drone 6 again. Blasted place. All right, Balin, Givers, Victor. We have to do this manually. Your original character has... Shut up, okay? I'm the exception. I'm the good one. I'm I need to shut up. We have to do this manually. Status reports. All good here. Chaotik is one of the good ones. Does Horn have a bad beard? No. What? The beacon's in there and the sensor's running. We're still getting strong interference from the wind and sand. I'm trying to filter out the noise. Waiting on you now, Victor. 5 minutes. The ground's softer than expected. Careful, quicksand. The soil is very different from the samples we collected. I've sent the data back. You got that, Captain? I knew it was a good idea to get you on board. Veers? Worth a few days of angry stares from Earth Spirit. I think you can do with a better working environment closure. Try not to get too much sand in your mouth. Stop talking like Amiya, Bullen. My blood is self-cleansing. Wait, what? Don't just laugh at me. Keep working. The sooner we get this signal tower set up, the sooner we can broadcast the safe zone locations, and the sooner you can go to town. I'm trying. Rhodes Island equipment isn't like anything else I've seen. I'm already doing an exemplary job. Get it? Exemplars. He thinks he's funny. Seriously though, you and Rock shouldn't be here with me in the first place. Hold on. This doesn't feel like it's 700. You have my drones. Of course I'm staying here with them. Well, isn't that a solid... well, that is a solid reason. I know you're concerned about my safety, but I'm actually really strong. What's that? Those vampire worms would disagree? Well, I'm not all vampires are built the same, you know? It's you two I'm worried about. Put your helmets on. Or the infection is no joke. All right. But you lot are the ones that need to be careful, running around the battlefields like this. You lot. Rhodes Island. You lot are all over the battlefield, not caring for your own safety at all. Bolin isn't infected from Victoria. Veers is infected, but not Victorian. Victor isn't infected or Victorian. How amazing. Why? Everyone knows Rhodes Island operators come from everywhere. I can't help but think of my granny, Clavizia, plus Tommy and the gang. I once hoped that the Self-Salvation Corps could be as united as the Rhodes Island operators I'd seen. Well, people aren't really born good or bad. As circumstances change, so do people. Maybe one day the Self-Salvation Corps will become a tightly knit, united group, just like the Exemplars, now all fighting for the same thing. We're ready to brave the worst, ready to deal with defeat, even betrayal. But it's not necessarily race, upbringing, or circumstance that will unite us, just like Rhodes Island. All right. Enough with the compliments. I know you want to keep our equipment. Should I get you a contract now? I'm not jealous of Rhodes Island in its closure. You give me the same kind of feeling as this strange communication equipment you're holding. A possibility. Something that proves I'm not just a naive dreamer. Wait. Maybe your monologue is starting to bother closure, Feist. And something's going wrong. What's that sound? Let me check the feed from Rock 18. In the monitor's pixelated image, a sandstorm approaches quickly. Catastrophe? But I don't see the data. Beneath the wild sands are tattered banners and the chanting of war. Undead? What are they doing here? Go. You two leave now. Everyone from the SSC, heed for Gibsonham now. Is it going to throw us in a fight? It is not. What's that sound? Sarkas, they're already here. Battle stations, open fire. Yeah, y'all fucked up. Explosions? Sir, the Sarkas are attacking the town. We have to leave now. They found us quicker than expected. Looks like the Sarkas remember the success they had with Amphiles. What of the attackers? Undead elites, sir. Your Royal Highness, you and your people must leave with us now. This town is not worth defending. But you and your friends are of paramount importance to the future of Victoria. Our battleships can take us back to the Silver Rock Bluffs to Silver Rock Bluff's front in 3 hours. That is where you belong. Me or the sword? Sir, we don't have time. You don't have time and don't plan to fight, even though you know how many civilians are there. But of course you wouldn't. They're not important to you or the parliament. These poor families wouldn't produce a single member of parliament in 100 years. There's no place for them in your game of cards. I simply have my sights on reality, Your Highness. Reality? Reality is the future Victoria you dream of is... Reality is that the future Victoria you dream of is to be found in grand halls filled with noble coats and of arms. My Victoria is here with these people. Sir, very well, Your Royal Highness. Like your father at times, naive and reckless. Is that so? Not that I care. I don't remember anything about him. Very well. Good luck. Horn. Order all combat ready personnel on the plate to ready stations now. On it. Delphi. Have Lieutenant Shiar. Oh my god, that name. Get the logistics and medical staff ready. Already done. Follow the plan. Protect the civilians and prepare for battle. Now it's going to put us in a fight.
What blocks the way, I will burn through.
Oh, that's cancer. Wait. No. This is not good.
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
A solo to you.
Flourish or perish. Fear not.
I need some snipers other than W. I'm waiting for bro to move.
Nice, nice. I'll take a power nap over here. Who's gonna hit the jackpot today?
Yeah, I need a sniper.
Madame Chen's swordsmanship flows. Who's gonna hit the jackpot today?
I wasn't supposed clear skies for Qingning, rain clouds for Guyu.
Where is he gonna move?
Amiya here. Do not make me angry. Boom!
What would you...
Ecstasy as bright as gold.
Forward.
Wow, that's freaking great. He can just run through this.
You've got until 3 to surrender. 3!
Grief ever echoes in our souls.
Yeah, you're not gonna do anything with that. You know, I'm gonna keep this guy here.
In our souls. Let's begin.
Your lives are mine to protect. Step right up. Plenty of surprises.
You can't hide your fear. Awaiting order. Stand still. It'll spare all of us the effort.
hit the jackpot today? I'm prepared for this endless burn. You needn't fear. This sword thirsts for revenge. I won't permit it.
I wasn't supposed to clear skies for tuning, rain clouds for glue.
Who's gonna hit the jackpot today?
Magma will dredge up Originium veins.
You've got until 3 to surrender.
Suffering
Will come to rest.
I would say this
So overkill. I don't need all this.
Entendido. Bien útil.
Roger that. You've got until 3.
Why do the big
to
guys keep coming to the
surrender.
bottom? Thankfully, I'm using her.
Mission accomplished.
This is so overkill. I definitely didn't need all those units. Oh, okay. I think something's wrong with the diffractometer. The diffractometer sensors. Nothing's wrong with it. You see, Victor, I'm getting the same results. It's not always the equipment's fault that you're not getting valid data. The data itself may exceed the scope. Originium reaction metrics are above the default limit. They're coming, guys. We have 3 minutes. Victor is the youngest of us. If nothing else, we should try to get him out. Who do you think was the reason I signed up for the Londinium operation? Never could just do as you're told, could you? How are you doing there, Closure? Still alive. I got my drones and they're loaded with... I think I hear the sound of drones crashing. They used to be your babies. You knew it when you ordered the self-salvation course to pull out, didn't you? That was the last chance to escape. Originium activity data is incomplete. I need data from all of you. Amiya is not here, so you're my captain, Closure. We all talked to Amiya before we came to Londinium. Stop a war and save both the Victorians and the Sarkas with just a few of us? It's next to impossible. But I chose to trust all of you. Trust in the dream of Rhodes Island. There isn't a single Rhodes Island operator who doesn't want to see the day when there's a cure for erypathy. When everyone's living a better life. Doesn't that sound ridiculous to most folks? My only regret about dying here is that I won't get to see that day. Did you get my data, Veers? Yep. Just sent the newest batch of data over, Captain. Oh, and I'm not that selfless. So don't forget to put my name in when you publish your paper. Will do. Communication failure detected. Signal loss imminent. Importing energy fluctuation data. Initializing automatic analysis module. Catastrophe scale confirmed. Developing prediction model on Originium induced environmental changes for the next 24 hours. Shield damaged. They're about to hanging their veers, moving towards your position. Make it happen, Closure. They don't die, do they? Like, they better not. Oh, you guys had an ad? You know, I'd actually like it. Okay, this is completely unrelated to Arknights. I'd like it much better if YouTube gave gaming streams gaming ads, so that you're just getting promotions for other games. Like I don't like the fact that they just throw anything at you. I think I can change that actually. Maybe I'll look at that later. I will. The engineer's eyes are glued to the screen in front of her. Faster. Faster. If they fail to compile the Originium activity data, then all of the squad's efforts will be for naught. The din of war approaches. Only a few drones remain. She can feel the enemy's cold, freezing breath. Models successfully compiled. Outputting the safe zone locations. Yes. All that's left is the single tower. Vampire. Traitor. This war will go on, and you will feed it. Yikes. My drone. Pseudorum's blaze slices the hovering drone, sending it crashing to the ground. That was her last combat drone. Get out of the way. Your arts are weak and pathetic. How could such a frail vampire exist? Ouch. Searing pain erupts, and Closure feels an entire side of her body go numb. The breath of decay invades her. Don't tell me they're gonna... No, don't put them on a suicide mission, man. Please, not Closure. Not Closure. Closure can barely hold onto the signal tower. With great effort, she plants the complex equipment into the ground to lean on. Insufficient signal strength. Strong interference detected. Unable to broadcast safe zone location. Please follow the instruction manual. Equipment manual. I know, shut up. What kind of vampire are you, Closure? Close these wounds. Hang in there just a little longer. Just get this thing upright. She fell over. Sleeping in the corridors again? You'll catch a cold. Rhodes Island's basic functions are online. I think she's ready for a grand voyage. Thank you, Chief Engineer. You've delivered your promise. If you want to leave this ship and go back to Kazdal, right, you told me before, you're not interested in that place. But at least promise me you won't call yourself a talentless vampire anymore. You're the most talented person I've ever known, Closure. You're just different from other vampires. So here's my offer. As long as you still want to see the vast, unexplored parts of this land, we'll always be each other's companion. I can't. I won't let everyone down, and myself. Closure can feel the Pseudorum's cold grip close in around her neck. War has finally claimed her. Closure. Okay, someone's coming to... A survivor? Signal. There's a signal. A Rhodes Island signal. Fang? Fang Alter? Is that her? Grab my hand, Closure. Doberman? Yeah! It's me. Can you stand? Fang? You. Hey, let's go. Dagger pierces the Pseudorum's chest, causing a massive burst of energy. And that's right. Make sure Closure stays alive. We don't need any bad stories about her. Sorry I'm late. Misery gave us the location. More are coming. Almost got it. Cover me. Keep them away. Oh my god, this is it. You see this shit? This is fire. What is our mission? When Closure first joined Rhodes Island, then known as Babel, she asked many operators this question. She got a different answer every time. Some dreams are big, others less so. Some gave details, others mumbled, scratched their heads, and gave an abashed smile. Oh God. There comes a time when they all have the same expression. And a time when they make all the same choice. When they all make the same choice. Almost there. This is the last one. Core module online. Communications restored. See, they made you think that she was gonna be done. They made you think that she was done in. Nah. Not closure. We're coming, closure. Hang in there. Did that say Dagda? We sent your locations to the exemplars. Help is on the way. Finally. Closure. Closure, are you okay? No, she's not okay. Keep your distance. Cover the artilleries and crossbowmen. The appearance of the undead is closely linked to the catastrophes. Do not fear their witchcraft. However bizarre it is, it's still arts. Remember how we marched through a catastrophe. We survived a catastrophe, we'll survive the Sarkas. Bagpipe. Hey, I'm here. The Duke of Goddin spoke the truth. Goddin spoke the truth. Tempest Platoon is under the direct authority of the Parliament. We have an obligation to answer Parliament's call. It's a more legitimate cause for action than the Duke's invitation. Not to mention that by accepting his invitation, you, Robin, and everyone who came with us, because they had no choice, will have proper identities. Identity? Did you forget, Captain? I'm retired anyways. Besides, in that standoff with the Duke earlier, you didn't hesitate to put your shield in front of Siege. True. Word is Siege is carrying the size of kings. Have you seen it before, Captain? I have. Siege was right. It's just a piece of metal that happens to mean something to some people. Troops approaching our frame. No ID code, but I recognize them. They're the Duke of Goddin's men. They've engaged the Sarkas and covered one of our squads just now. Good. If that's Goddin's way of showing friendship, then I will show him the same in return. Attention, exemplars. Stand with the soldiers of Goddin. Not one step backward until the last foe is vanquished. Yeah. The ship has reached cruising speed, sir. We're out of danger for now. Good. The Sarkas witchcraft is the most peculiar. I can't say the word. Indeed. Better to fake a moment of vulnerability than to have them constantly harassing our rear. The leader of the undead has not been sighted, nor any other known powerful Sarkas. I suppose they don't see Goddin as nearly the threat that Windermere or Wellington are. I could call that a relief. Size of Kings has not left Gibsonham, sir. Should we move to the next phase? What do you think of them? More of a challenge than expected. Alexandrina's forces are growing. They are more organized and effective than we thought. Oh, I don't mean as an adversary. The exemplars, like you said, they look the part. And they've worked well enough with the troops that we left behind. Rita is with them. And looks more like the legendary White Wolf than her father did. And Windermere isn't quite as weak as the intel had her. Damn. Maybe it's not such a joke after all, that those kids could become the exemplars. Do you intend to abandon the plan for us to escort the Realmblade then? Abandon, such a strong word. It is the future that Goddin values. Alexandrina, the Size of Kings, the exemplars, even Rhodes Island. Perhaps we'll cross paths again on our way to the future. Maybe he ain't as bad as I thought he is. I mean, of course, he could have some ulterior motives, but I think he actually, of course, he still gave me a bad feeling just showing up like that. But this is the first one that's given me like a really good feeling that there was nothing, well, besides Windermere's mom. But yeah, that's pretty much the only two that I've seen with good motives so far. He's an opportunist, so kind of the most business-like out of all the rotten apples. No Duke is just straight up evil. Thought I was gonna sneeze. Wait. There we go. At least it didn't sit there. No Duke is just straight up evil. They all have their caveats. I don't know, man. We shouldn't trust horns with mustaches. You're right. You're right, though. We shouldn't. I'm gonna stick to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stick to that. No, Nacaster is evil enough to be straight up evil. Our tanks are fighting the last pocket of Sarkas in the east side of town. We've successfully defended Gibsonham. It will serve as a supply point on the way to Silver Rock Bluffs. However, the terrain has changed. The environment around Londinium is constantly changing because of Amninam's influence. Fissures, cliffs, rapids that should not have been there are emerging everywhere. Silver Rock Bluffs is almost constantly under severe catastrophe. It's hard to say where our foot will land when we put it forward. I wouldn't have believed this was our Londinium if I had anything less than absolute faith in Rhodes Island's data. The sun on the meadow is summery warm. Oh, like summery warm. Okay, filling our home with euphoria. After this war, we might have to change our national anthem's lyrics. Is this time to be having a laugh? Yes. You wanted to say we'll think about it after we take it back, didn't you? But even if we really went back, would our home ever return to the way it was? That's why we're not just going to win the war. We're not going to let the Sarkas destroy Londinium in the war. We'll overcome the storm ahead. And we won't abandon the home that storm has ravaged. Feist told me his squad picked up more distress signals nearby. There may be more lives saved yet. The areas where fighting occurred with the undead will need to be cleaned up. Rhodes Island operators will provide the usual assistance. I want the exemplars to work with them on these post-combat affairs. Establish supply lines, rescue and transfer the injured, and rally those who want to join us. Did that double click? No. The troops who returned from the front line have assembled. Counting in the Goddin soldiers who had their IDs wiped, the exemplars have far exceeded the scale of a regiment. They want to join us? I met with their officers. They said the Duke of Goddin left before they could board the transports. What? So they were abandoned? Preliminary screening indicates that all of them are infected. Yeah, we don't trust them with horns and mustaches. We don't trust them with horns and mustaches. I'll say it again. We don't trust them with horns and mustaches. I started to think I was wrong. Sounds familiar, eh? The Duke of Goddin left his infected soldiers behind, just like the other dukes. Or maybe he intentionally picked a bunch of soldiers who had unfortunately gotten infected and sent them over to us. And he didn't want to deal with them anymore. We're not gonna give him. I suspect he has ulterior motive. Yeah, see. The performance of those infected troops indicates that they're different from those we've seen before. I wouldn't call them stragglers. If Goddin's intention is to keep an eye on us, then we should probably try to lose those people, or at least separate them tactically. Chaotic and Delphine are the doomer. Shut up. No. You know the Duke's better than I, Delphine. There's a very good chance that you're right. But right now, there's nothing we need more than unity. Even if the exemplars choose which parts of Victoria they united, what would happen to the future that we dreamed of? Goddin very likely knew that we couldn't reject those men. That's why he let us leave so easily. Then we need to be ready. This is not the first challenge we've had to overcome, nor will it be the last. Sarkis, Amnanem, Castor, the Dukes. It's not just one storm that the Exemplars will have to weather. I'll let Lieutenant Scherer know. I hate that name. To be honest, everyone's happy to get some new blood. Plus, they're all infected. If it's really true that Goddin has not abandoned them, that in itself is worth celebrating. Perhaps the unity that once seemed impossible is actually within reach. That should be where that one ends. If they do this every time. Why? It's a miracle to run into people like you. We're not the miracle, ma'am. You are, all of you, for being strong until the end. Thank you so much. Regardless, I can still move. Let me help you with the others. This way, you can get some rest. You're not much older than my own child now. Now that I get a better look at you. We have about 10 minutes of rest before we head to the next location. Closure? A little more time. There's not much room for improvement on that arch unit you're holding. Even Radian and Mechanist could hardly do better. Conditions will only get worse from here. The better I do, the safer you guys will be. Thanks. Rescue work around Gibsonham is complete. Next, we'll be going to where your squad signal was lost. I see. We'll find them, alive or otherwise. Even if they're buried in the sand or iridium, there will be traces. We'll find them and bring them home. I know how I feel, but Fang, I want to hear your thoughts too. Is it regrettable for a Rhodes Island operator to die in a war between Sarkis and Victorians when they have nothing to do with either side of the war? Any sacrifice is regrettable. After Ace died, can we get a salute in the chat? After Ace died, Vigo cried for many nights with his shield on her arms. Why him? Why there? Why then? I get that feeling too, every single time. But what I really want to know is, how did the people who sacrificed feel? Who were sacrificed? I think that's what it meant. I'm sure they have their own regrets. We're none of us saints. None of us were saints. That's why we feared death. Oh my God. None of us were saints. That's why we feared death. That's why you feel pain over your decision. But I have no regrets about participating in this operation. If not for Lava, Hibiscus, and our other Sarkis friends, then at least for the people here, even though I don't know any of them. It was a catastrophe that brought me from Columbia to Rhodes Island. That catastrophe taught me one thing. That suffering does not discriminate. I came here today because I know that you will come when my home needs help. When the people I care about need help. You're right. We'll be there. We, Rhodes Island. You know something? I've been addicted to the web since a very young age, because that's the only place I knew without segregation. The other vampire children and I, vampires and other Sarkis, and everyone else, catastrophe, nations, class, disease. It was Theresa who took me from the confines of my home and showed me another possibility. A ship that sails the waves of disaster, rescues those who are suffering, and fosters companionship beyond personal interest. Sounds surreal, huh? But the road that Rhodes Island has traveled thus far is very real. I'll continue to analyze the anomalies caused by Amnanem. I also want to hear your answer to my question. Calcit and the doctors too. The data belongs to Veers, to Balin, to Victor, to Rhodes Island, and one day it may belong to everyone.
All must return to the existing order.
None may disobey the rules.
This chapter isn't bad so far, but I'm sensing that things are slowly getting worse, and we're feeling the pressure as we go. I'm slowly feeling it. Oh no. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? There's a staircase here. Oh, and this doesn't have a direct path to it. Oh no, I hate this. I hate this. Yeah, good luck with this one. Damn, I haven't seen this person, Damara DX, say a single thing. And he's like, oh yeah, you're fucked. Like, come on, bro. Is she back? Not yet. Damn, it was hard enough dodging those devils. How did she survive and even find us? How the heck did she know that I did business with the devils? Well, consider that business a deal lost. What about you? How'd she get you? She held a crossbow to my head. I knew her from before, so what are they talking about? She didn't used to be so what? Who is this? All right. I think, is it just me, or am I seeing some possible thickness there, you know? Go on. No, I didn't. She beat his ass. The soldier who has served the Dukes all his life lies on the ground, a crossbow pointed to his forehead. The voice of the one holding the crossbow is cold as ice. I'm waiting. Milscar? Sorry, Milscar. I shouldn't have. And she did it. The bolt pierces, just his ear. This is cheating. This is cheating. All right. This makes me sympathize with the enemy. This makes me become the enemy. All right. Hey, what's your name? Milscar? Hey, I'm about it. What? Some people punch holes in their pets' ears as a sign of ownership. Damn, she owned you. This man is not a pet, of course, but sometimes they're not so different, are they? He doesn't realize it. Realize what? Realize what? Don't tell me I've fallen for something. Oh no. Now get back up and give me a status report. Have you done what I've asked of you? Ain't no way. What? What? Let him figure it out himself. Damn, I fell for something. Oh no. Oh no. It's a trap. Have you done what I've asked of you? Yes, ma'am. The reception. He's doomed. Oh no. Well, the reception at the monitoring station was really bad. So even though we tried to gather as much information as possible, skip to the conclusion. Based on what little information Trilby Asher left, I don't know what you're talking about. Stop it. Trilby Asher left behind and the occasional intercepted comms. Now my brain is hurting because y'all did this. We can confirm that a unit called the Exemplars has been formed, and its leader is most likely the one you spoke of. Vina. They seem to be headed for the front at Silver Rock Bluffs. Silver Rock Bluffs. They're really staying in this war? Keep at it. Notify me of any new developments. Yes, ma'am. They're saying ma'am. So it's not a trap. What are you talking about? I don't... Just leak to torture Chaotic. I hate you guys. This is easier than expected. I thought it would be tougher. No scruples, no axe to put up. I found Victoria. A red light flashes a few times deep in the shadows. Isn't it your job to protect her? Huh? "43 hours into the operation. Read it back. Is it still there? It is. I hate you guys so much. She didn't used to be so. Didn't used to be so what? Don't make me look this up. Don't make me look this up. Because if it's a spoiler, and I have to look this shit up, and you guys aren't just telling me, I'm gonna choke all of you. I can't, like, you've seen her before. I have? Don't just keep reading. No, y'all did this. Y'all did this. I asked you, what are you talking about? So now I'm looking it up. And I can't find it anyway. The mod is spoiling. Wait, that is not her. No, it's not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh shit. It is her. And then the end was the giveaway because that's the freaking, oh, okay. See, you guys are a bad chat. Y'all shouldn't have said anything, okay? You guys are horrible. Y'all should just let me be dumb until it popped up. Instead, y'all teased me into looking up spoilers, okay? This is your fault, not mine. This is your fault. Every single last one of you, even though you said stop, it's too late. Y'all teased me. It's not spoiler if it's obvious. You just oblivious. Let me be oblivious. I hate you guys. I hate you guys. Too oblivious, mate. Hey, yo, let me be oblivious. Y'all tease me. I'm sad now. I'm gonna go hide in the corner and I'm just gonna rock nice and slowly. I might even rock in the freaking in the shower and let the water just run down my face, like just rocking slowly, all because of you guys. They said I was oblivious. If they didn't do that, I think you would have noticed it was Steam. No, I noticed the Steam Night. It just didn't click. It didn't click. Maybe later I would have noticed when they showed, actually like said something about it, but it definitely didn't hit me. And the only reason I even looked it up was because of you guys. No, I remembered Allerdale. I did look, even looking at her picture on the other computer, I didn't see that it was her until I put her pictures side by side. I didn't see it. All the scars and everything completely just, but now it makes sense. It makes sense now. It was the Steam Night at the end was the teaser, because the very last thing that that we know about her was that she disappeared in front of the Steam Night. And she always wanted to be a Steam Night. So yeah. Yeah, we'll continue. But I hate you guys, all of you. All of you, even the new ones here. I hate you. Because I knew you would come. Even the mods, I tell them I hate them all the time. I love to hate them. Ursula, that mad bomber W came once to set up this prison. Inez came twice to show compassion. Same old Inez, always a tad slow with her retort, and when she's focused on someone else's shadow. Now it's you. What have you come to say? Have you thought it over? That's my line. Your situation is perilous. Your only vehicle lies disabled. As the pilot, I'm very likely to know something that you don't, and probably am waiting for the right time to strike. Really, you should kill me, Hodor. I would rather you helped us with what you know. In your dreams. I already turned you down once. You give me too little credit if you think I would change my mind because I'm a prisoner. 3 times. What? You saved our lives 3 times back in Castle. My life once, Inez's life twice. You wrote all that in your diary? Name your price. I'll do my best to pay it. You'll go bankrupt if you quit the mercenary life to open a business. I just want as many Sarkas to make it back to Castle alive as possible. Such grand ambitions. But enough chit-chat. Let the old rules of Scar Market lie buried beneath Castle. Our debt is settled. One last warning, Hodor. Kill me now or you'll regret it. Baki, send me a picture of that, because I actually don't remember that part. Chaotic fearing another Thickie dying. Exactly that. AI summary. Is it talking shit? Is the AI summary talking shit? Viewers are reacting to a streamer's gameplay, trying to help him solve a puzzle. No politics detected. I hate this thing. One last warning, Hodor. Kill me now or you'll regret it. Did it ever occur to you that we both want the same thing? Enough of your righteous crap. Don't try to buy my life with your flowery words, old friend. They're not much better than money. A mercenary takes no sides, but you and I aren't really mercenaries anymore. Want to bet, Inez? Hodor is going to try asking Ursula into helping for old time's sake at Scar Market. Ursula's going to tell him to just get it over with, and Hodor is going to come back with a long face. What's the wager? That's it. I figured you'd be jealous with the two of them alone in a room together. Yeah. I love W, man. W? Stop trying to read my shadow, Inez. I'm not in the mood. The Bunny and the Victorian have been gone for a while. Wonder how things are going out there. Bonesy is still playing dead, and Theresa's catastrophe refuses to go away. Who knows? Maybe Manfred's gonna just pop out of nowhere. I could have blown Theresa's up right then and there. I know you're restless because of Theresa, but hold that fuse for a moment. We have a lot of prep work to do. Who said I was? We got a problem, W. Out with it. It's time for a shift change, but not all our scouts came back. Crane's team went off to the north side of the canyon. I feel fucking stupid now. I hate you guys, man. Fucking hate you guys, man. I feel fucking dumb now. Crane's team went off to the north side of the canyon, and we can't reach them. Don't tell me they ran into a decent enemy caster. When was your last communication? Almost 3 hours ago. If our enemy could make an entire merc squad disappear without a sound, they could have been on top of us by now. You're welcome. I hate you guys, man. Hoarder, sound like a beer brand. You're not lying. The most important thing to do at the moment is keep the life bones safe. We're just gonna sit here. We know something's going on outside. I agree with Inez. We know nothing about this place. The safest course of action is to concentrate our forces. Cut the crap. My men are missing. I want to know why. If they got lost, I'll bring them back. If somebody did them in, I'll return the favor. Calm down. It's gonna be a trap to split us up. I don't like playing defense. Even if it's a trap, I'll just blast them out of hiding. Give me half a day. If I don't come back, that means that I'm up against a real nasty piece of work. Don't come after me. Get your defenses ready. If you get a call from Amiya, don't wait for me. Just activate the life bone. I'll take my own squad. No need to bother anyone else. You lot, grab your weapons and follow me. Yo, she's a boss, man. She's a freaking boss. I chose the right one. Is this where they went? Should be. This cave is all we saw when we went north into the canyon. We don't know what's inside. Hidden passage? The court's secret passage? Cool. Hidden passage, the court secrets cache. If this was a secret base of the royal court, we'd have a couple hundred vampires and undead on our asses the moment we fell in here. Based on Closure's intel, we're in the hills to the west of Londinium, a good distance from the main battlefield where those old farts are. Somehow though, I smell the old moldy stench of someone who's been here for ages. I don't like old stuff, but I'm sure Hodor would love it. Let me guess. What enemy did our lucky winners run into? When did you use your bombs? You delusional. Did you see me use them on our way here? What are those burn marks on the wall? Huh? Strange, no sign of arts, but how do you leave marks like these on stone then? Did you hear that? What is it this time? It's the sound of someone striking iron. Somebody's there. There's somebody there. You're just hearing things. Stop spooking yourself. Nobody's here. Do we keep going, W? I have a bad feeling about this. Of course. Why do you think we're here? That's top grade gear. That's top grade gear you all are using. I'm not rich enough to just let them rot in some cave. Have you heard the Sarkis legend of Chalon? Before Chalon was even born, the Sarkis and a red dragon. Shut up. One historian in order is enough. Say any more and I'll throw you to the front. What is it? Blood. But not Sarka's. It's fresh. Get ready for a fight. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? We're gonna fight it? We're gonna fight it. No wonder they gave me this weird ass map. Okay, this makes sense.
Let's see. Which insect is falling into my trap?
Please tell me that someone's gonna take this and it's gonna and run it around the map, because I would love to take them out and put this somewhere else.
A solo to you.
誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
This will keep you quiet.
Come on, stay alive.
Madame Chen's swordsmanship flows within this weapon.
What would you like to hear? Suffering will come to rest.
Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain.
Your lives are mine to protect.
信号は安定。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
Picked out your bait yet?
Oh, what the fuck is that? It's gonna come from the top. I need to prepare for this.
No tardará mucho.
Don't keep me waiting.
I'm prepared to fight.
Volcanic soot contains lots of originium particles. Let's not stay too long.
I'm prepared to spend this
See, I stopped paying attention to the thing I should have been paying attention to.
Bad luck. You ran into me.
信号は安定。即戦即決。
Need speed to succeed.
Yep.
The concert, liberty, and sunlight.
This is the strength of Iberia.
I'm listening. I know what to do. I will sink your corpse into shadow.
即戦即決。
Okay, when is someone gonna pick this up? Because is there a way? Can I just like kick this somewhere else or something? If I put another unit here, like in front of it, would it push it up?
I'm prepared.
That's a legitimate question,
to
chat.
spend this burn. You needn't fear.
Push and pull only? Oh fuck. Okay. That makes me want to do this over, to be honest. Actually, yeah, I'm doing it over.
What happened? This shouldn't have.
I could have probably won it without this, but I think I could make this a lot easier if I... should be in here. Am I stupid? I'm looking right at her. Okay.
Already. Deploying.
主の名を掲げ、この旗の下へ集え。こんなセリフ
Okay,
を
so it already
一度言ってみたかったんだ。
took the surroundings. I'm going to try this. Yeah, it's best to just have.
A solo. To you.
信号は安定。これで分かったでしょ。
I'm listening. This will keep you quiet. I know what to do. Don't order me.
Moving to designated location.
Okay, so I forgot how. Okay. That's
The
fine.
concert suffering will come to rest.
No tardará mucho.
I don't want to do that. Temporary.
Roar. A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
Okay, so you also attack over there. That's crazy.
Magma will dredge up Originian
Yep.
veins. Keep your distance.
Okay, I didn't know he did that.
The pain of burning, I can bear much more of.
Shaw will not survive. Yes, she will.
Don't
I gotta do this
let
right.
anyone else disappear to the flames again.
I could just clear this and just leave the thing there, but I kind of want to use the mechanic and figure out a better way to do this. If I can get the catastrophe up here to attack all of this, then maybe it'll make this whole thing much easier. I just want to use the mechanic.
An improv from us.
I'm listening.
This will keep you quiet. Moving to designated location.
It is but a flash in the drift of time.
The concert may begin at any time. What would you like to hear?
Pass on your last words.
Man,
No.
using all this.
The
Okay,
concert ecstasy has bright
there's
as
enough of them
gold.
there. Okay, we're gonna throw down Shaw once we hit 17. I'm just gonna leave the units out because I don't want to keep on just.
Your life is mine to protect.
問題ないよ。いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
Your life is mine to protect.
No tardará mucho.
Come on, almost there.
Out of the way! Out of the way!
You only pushed it that much? That's literally it? That's all you can do? Bruh.
Understood.
いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
I know what to do. Better watch your step.
Moving to designated location.
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long...
Your lives are mine to protect.
Volcanic slip contains lots of originium particles. Let's not stay too long.
I'm prepared. Your lives now ignited.
Entendido.
Not even paying attention to you.
The comfort, liberty, and sunlight. All of it.
これで分かったでしょ。
Don't keep... I will sink your corpse into shadow.
Guy right there.
No one will find it.
Her skill recharge was slow because of the circle, the catastrophe circle, or not catastrophe, the originium circle. It slows down her any SP gain. I mean, it could have been both too. It could have been both.
Entendido.
Mission accomplished.
The moment that I saw how slow or how little, wait, we didn't even fight that thing. Our weapons don't work. This thing just won't die. Aim for its head. Let's see how many hits it can take. It's too fast. We can't hit it. Draw its attention. I'll try to hit it from behind. Hey, man. Trying to hit it from behind while it's trying to kill you is crazy. The mercenary attempts to go around the monster, but one swing of his tail sends him slammed into a rock. None of the attacks seem to have caused any real damage. It flaps its wings and scorching winds engulf the cave, making the air even thinner. Huh. The ground quakes and spikes erupt from under the earth, hurling towards everyone. Shut up. I just said shut it, you short-legged moth. Of course, explosives. The trademark of W. Monster immediately locks onto where the damage came from, surprisingly agile for its size. In the brief time it takes W to reload, the monster has already closed the distance, its fangs nearly grazing her face. You are not allowed to do that. I don't know how you got that ugly mug, but you'll need a bigger one to eat me. Chew on this instead, sucker. Is it dead? Hard to live with such a big hole in his face, huh? Are you okay? I've always been good at blast control. I got a theory, W. There might just be a lost Sarkis corpse called Bomb Fiend or something, and you're its last princess. Very funny. But what the hell is this? It doesn't look like any animal I've ever seen. I heard some of those Colombian crazies spew parts of different animals together. There's no way this was built off of some... Okay, maybe this is their doing. Unfortunately, I know a bunch of Sarkis crazies who do the same thing. It reeks of witchcraft. Confessorous monsters. Why out here in the middle of nowhere? Them being here is no coincidence. There must be something else in the cave. Did this thing eat our guys? Only way to find out is to cut it open. For sure it's dead, right? Damn, this thing had friends. They've blocked the entrance. What do we do? Run. "48 hours into the operation." What time is it? Would it mean anything to you? Call it a professional habit. I feel better when I know what time it is. 6 p.m. 2 days since we crashed into the canyon. 2 days? Enough to do a lot of things. Do you remember, Hodor? The three of us were on a mission to steal a Sargon Pasha's treasure. We got the treasure, but also 100 or so other people on our tails. We hid in a cave for 2 whole days. We were starving but too afraid to light a fire or leave. It was Inez who stitched your wounds up. You wouldn't have made it otherwise. I said the sun's almost up. Just let me bathe in the sun for a bit, and I'll feel much better. I must have stopped you. There were enemies outside. We couldn't risk exposing ourselves. No, you didn't stop me. Inez teased me. She found it hilarious that the Scar Market merc would miss the sun. Sure, Scar Market is under Khazda and never sees the sun. I became the pilot of the skeleton when I joined the military commission staff as a major. When I took the young ones back and forth between Khazda and Londinium, it was like we had outrun the sun. I can't go back. None of the Sarkas can. Ursula. What's going on? They're here. The skeleton is moving. For a moment, the Fernand's skeleton seems to be moving, but Hodor soon realizes it was not the nerve clusters or bones that were moving. Nails? The ship and pilot have always been one. Lifebone is never merely composed of the firmament skeletons. Rows of long nails are affixed to the massive frame, assembling it into a transport ship. One of them, infused with her arts, pierces through the critical section of the spinal column. She and the skeleton have always linked by witchcraft. The arts of the royal court's casters have connected to the skeleton. I can sense it. No need to be anxious. It's not going to wake up yet. But this little bit of connection and what remains of the firmament's powers on this nail are enough for me to get out of here. This nail belongs to me. It's linked to my bones. I'm taking it with me. What happens when the firmament's powers are applied directly to the human body? It's not so bad to cut loose once in a while. Just like the old days. The spine's cracking. No, I told you, Hodor, that you'll regret not killing me. Would you say this is just another inevitable chapter of history? Hodor thrusts his giant sword into the space of the missing nail, barely in time to hold the critical section in place. But even this fleeting moment is enough for this prisoner to escape her chains. Also leaps through the crack in the ribs, disappearing into a fire along with bone and damaged nerve tissue. Ursula, the hero drifting among the shards of history, always trying to save others. Have I ever told you that the name suits you better? How many of them are there? It's a dead end ahead. I wasn't planning to escape from the front. I just need some space for my bombs. Get down. Are they dead? I hope the rocks I brought down here are enough to crush their skulls. What are they doing here? Are they protecting something? How am I supposed to know? Do you seriously believe I can talk to monsters? So, I guess we really did find something incredible. Too bad it's too bad Crane's team got eaten by those things. Not all of us. You're alive? What the hell happened? We found a cave on patrol. Decided to check it for any potential secrets passages. That's when we ran into these monsters. Tyre, Buckler, and Nut got eaten. Yeah. The rest of us ran for our lives. For some reason, the monsters wouldn't come this way. But we couldn't get out either. So we're stuck here until you showed up. Bloody hell, I'll skin those things and have Inez make clothes out of them. What did you find inside? Not much. I've left markers on the way if you want to see for yourself. Go that way, pass a few marked bodies, then take a right fork. Masked bodies? A few skeletons that have been there for years. Must have run away from Londinium a few years ago. The strange thing is, they've cut all their own horns off. Masked bodies, severed horns. Their heads were all wrapped up. Maybe some tribal tradition? Shit, either you're going crazy or I am. Old enemies? Don't worry, they're very dead. Take me there now. This is the place. What's the matter, W? I've never seen you like this before. Shut up. Several bodies lean against the wall. W bends down to examine them. Are these the same guys that cut their horns in order to kill Theresa? Or a group of them? Like, I don't know. Several bodies lean against the wall. W bends down and examines them meticulously. Yeah, okay. There's nothing left but bones, all deaths but by severe injuries. No question about that. Looks like someone tended to their bodies after death. Maybe they're friends, but it's been years, judging by the dust. There's a small altar in the corner. No sign of witchcraft, but I think it's purely for memorial purposes. Are these all of them? Why would these assassins be here? Only these, no others? What do you mean? Are there supposed to be others? Oh yeah, she's freaking out because first Theresa and now she's seeing these guys who she knows killed Theresa. W. Hey W, what is it this time? What's going on? Assassins. She said these were assassins. W, wait up. We checked the surrounding areas. There's nothing else suspicious. I recognize their outfits. They're traitors. They should have all been dead by now. If they're here, that means... No, this can't be. That's ridiculous. I heard that Her Highness Theresa's body was stolen from Babel. Don't ask me. How am I supposed to know? The next time Theresa appeared after the attack on Babel was in Londinium. We're close to Londinium. Shut up, I know that. Yeah, she's angry. She's freaking out. What do we do now? Should we go back and tell Inez to be on maximum alert? She'll take care of the rest. As for me, I'm going to clean up loose ends. This is meaningless, mercenary. I see no reason for us to fight. The war is over. Whether we live or die is inconsequential to this outcome. You don't get to talk about meaning. Her blood is still on your hands. You and your accomplices. Anyone still alive. I'll find all of you. You can run, you can hide, but I'll find you and tear you apart bone by bone. I know my sins better than anyone. I would have ended my own life even if I hadn't run into you today. Go on, do it. If it quells your worthless anger. But you're too late, mercenary. You couldn't save her. Shut the fuck up, you bitches. I'll finish it for you bitches who killed my queen. I'll fuck every single one of you up. Okay, and that's where it ends. She's so emotional. Then the past chapter's not gonna lie. She has to be. This is one of the most important. This is I think the only important thing to her, really. I've made many mistakes in my life, but on this one thing, there's no way I could have erred. I killed all the traitors. I remember exactly how each one died, even the expression on their faces as they went. Why did these scums die here? Halsey said the confessory resurrected her. Why do they need a living, breathing Theresa? Is there more to it than Theresa's plans for the leadership of the Sarkas? Theresa's confessory? I couldn't care less about whatever schemes you're plotting. But you desecrated someone you never should have. You should never have, yeah. Which is why I kill you all, if it's the last thing I do. Just what the hell is this place? What's this door doing here? What in the heck is this? A strange sight indeed. A narrow passage opens to a vast shadowy cavern, untouched by sunlight. The chilling cave is strewn with dusty weapons and armor. The space is dotted with bizarre crystals, massive patterns reminiscent of eerie symbols stretched ominously from the walls down to the ground. W is overcome by an unsettling sensation, as though it is not she who gazes upon the vast underground structure, but the other way around. A blunt sound echoes through the cave. W recognizes it as the sound of bones being crushed by a heavy object. What the fuck are you? Who goes there? Of
No
course
matter
it
the
stops here.
sins, all will fall to ashes with the lives at the end of time.
Hit in front. Rhodes Island has dispatched squads off the main battlefield to execute special missions. They encounter a variety of challenges on their path to the final goal to rich Lindinium. Command a squad directly. Determine how they'll handle encounters and complete your mission. Select one of three different squads to begin. Each squad with different initial. Infield posted. That's why you told me to look. Okay, hold on. Please. Your voice must be fantastic. This is the only time you guys are going to get a reaction of me looking at one of these because I've actually been looking for. Okay, here we go.
I'm well rested. Let's keep going.
It's not enough for me to gauge if it's good or not, but I'm happy she doesn't sound like a freaking.
I'm well rested. Let's keep going.
Hurry up and just give me the game. Hurry up and just give me the game. Exploit their proficiencies and this looks like it's probably going to be something that requires a lot of thought and time, and I need to finish the fucking story before I care about anything else. So, all right. I need her so badly. JP. Are these the same voice actors as the global as the Arknights game for Surtur? Same JP. It's the same voice actor. She doesn't have Ian yet, so okay, yeah. Paprika. Okay. Hey, stay still. Let's run for it. What are you talking about? Haven't you noticed? The mercenaries under that W are all gone. Under that W. I like how he said that. That's crazy. The military commission's troops must have arrived. All the more reason not to run around and get caught in the crossfire. Don't forget it was the military commission who hired us. If they've come, it's curtains for the guys here. If we make a run for it now, we could still explain things to General Manfred. You want to go back to him? He'll just send you back to Victoria to kill more people. Is that what you want? You think we have a choice? You think General will do to us when... What do you think the General will do to us when he finds out that we surrendered? I'll run errands if they tell me to run errands, and I'll kill if they want me to kill. Whatever it takes to survive. You want to stay? That's your choice. I'm going. Goodbye. "50 hours into the operation." This is the coolest freaking design, and it looks so new. Aren't you the lucky one, Major Ursula? It's not every day that you get to lose a critical objective, be captured by the enemy, and still make it back in one piece. Looks like you got along well with your old Scar Market buddies. Watch your tone, undead. It's not your place to judge my failure. Regardless of the circumstances, Major Ursula's survival is good news for the military commission. General Manfred, I know about the Sanguinarch's death. You can explain later. As for now, I hope you've returned with something of value. I have the skeleton's location and the details about the mercenaries guarding it. That's all? Sounds like it would have been more worth it if you had stayed in the hands of those mercenaries. I want to hear what you think. The mercenaries are trying to reawaken the Firmament skeleton. Whatever their plans are has something to do with them. I don't know what they're plotting, but they don't have a lot of people guarding the skeleton for some reason. Is Hodor among them? Yes. Surround the canyon. Take back the spine no matter the cost. Yes, sir. General Manfred, for the upcoming battle, you won't be needed. Stay in the rear. Yes, sir. As a precaution, may I ask, what are your plans if I'm unable to take back the skeleton quickly? I don't enjoy such hypotheticals, Ursula. Manfred's troops are here. They're a little earlier than expected. What about the Royal Court's men? Nothing from Ursula? She got away. It's my fault. We'll talk about this later. Where's W? She went out to scout the battlefield. Worst case scenario, she'll run into the enemy before we do. If Ursula's got back to Manfred, they may have information on our current location and defenses. We're significantly outnumbered. A prolonged fight doesn't favor us. It's been 50 hours since the doctor's team set out. Any news? Nothing. We have to hold out until the agreed time. Given our odds, the only way to hold out the military commission for a day is if they were struck by a catastrophe. But as things stand, even catastrophes are at their command. The military commission won't let this weapon fall into our hands and threaten their aerial supremacy. So come at us with everything they have. I need to slow down. We have to take the chance. What do you mean? The chance that Manfred doesn't want to destroy the skeleton either. Hope you really mean Manfred as well as you think you do. One last question. What happens if we don't get word from the doctor when the agreed time is passed? Then we abandon the skeleton. There's no point in fighting to the death. Evacuation comes first. Our main priority is always to keep as many people alive as we can. Reasonable. No objections. There's another way that might delay the Royal Court's attack. Killing their commander. Ascalon? Agreed. I'll kill him. Okay, this is the only reason I did another chapter. This section is the only reason I did another chapter, because I want to know what's going on here. I was gonna get off after the last one, but I'm too curious. It's freezing. I don't want to admit it, but I can feel my heart race. Damn, stop trembling. It's just like that time when I had to face Tallulah alone. No, even worse. This strange figure must be a master of those monsters in this realm, yet I sense no hostility from him. It's as if my presence is not worth his attention. He just keeps on hacking those crystallized bones with his axe, without even looking my way. Did he kill all these people? I have my finger on my trigger, but I can't move an inch. Pull yourself together, W. Haven't you seen your fair share of monsters by now? Find out who he is, and what this cavern has to do with Teresa. Pry it out of his mouth if that's what it takes. All right, I don't have the time to waste on you. You sorry piece of wood. I have a few questions, and your answers will decide on whether my next move is to throw bombs at your face or not. Is this a confessoress altar? Are you a confessoress? The relentless and haunting sound of an axe striking bone echoes through the cavern, as if carrying the weight of eras forgotten. He slowly opens his mouth to speak. I'm a servant of... What? I don't know who the person is, but the King of Sarkis part is the part that struck me. The bloodline of the king preserves through life and death. If he who serves the King of Sarkis is a confessoress, then a confessoress I am. So you can talk. And I'll give you a chance to introduce yourself before I shoot. What is this place? What does it have to do with the confessory? Politicoa. The key. This is the key, but this key opens no door. Not anymore. Now I am merely the warden of this deep, dark tomb. What are you talking about? A tomb? For who? The countless heroes of Kazdel the countless heroes of Kazdel and the foes who died at their hands. The Gravebearer, Magnificent 8, the Brave 11, and all have fallen in the course of history, and I have buried many of them. Here lies the weapons and armor, remnants of the past. You must be joking. You knew all those people? Don't tell me you're ancient as that old hag. I don't know why you old freaks keep clinging to the past. Are you going to let yesterday's bad jam stop you from eating today? Okay, I need to workshop that. Many emerged from the epoch of heroes, becoming the new hope of the Sarkis time and time again. But all of them failed, joining the ashes and dust in this tomb. You stand upon the sword of Chalon, the wrathful cerulean flame. The races left it here because he refused to use it. Still, it is not proper to step upon it. Chalon. Isn't he a character in myths and legends? Huh. You're not playing me for a fool, are you? Damn, I took a step back without even realizing it. Why should I believe him? And why should I step on Chalon's sword, even if it was real? I've answered your questions. Now you shall answer mine. Why do you trespass upon this place? The axe swings again. The shockwave almost makes W take another step back. I'm here to pick a fight with the confessory. What's that altar used for? Tell me or else. The mission of this altar has ended. No one visits this place anymore except fools who stumble upon it. That strange fellow's answered all my questions with flat interest. Clearly, he'd rather return to this work with the axe and engage with me. I've lashed out at him, but my anger was met with no response. It's like throwing stones into a bottomless pit. What did he mean by he's not with the confessory? Shouldn't he have come after me with his axe the moment that the words left my mouth? Hey, I'm talking to you. The smoke clears and the giant figure remains upright. I didn't think I could take him out with a single bomb, but seriously, not even a scratch? Now he's gonna turn around and look at you. Futile. This vessel will never change again. A fated vessel that has been denied both eternal life as an instrument of the crown's coming and the sweet release of death. So you're one of the confessory's failed experiments too. You feel bad for yourself? I could free you from your suffering. It is but futile. Man swings his stone axe and bats away at W's bomb as though swatting away a fly. Good, I got a response from him. That means there's a chance. 3, 2. You're gonna end up dead. And I don't want you to die. So you need to chill out. The bomb falls exactly where I expected it to. A section of the cavern collapses, trapping him beneath, but not enough to kill him. Point my gun at his head. You said the confessory made you indestructible. Let's see if I can blow a hole in your brain at this range. The confessory like their experiments, don't they? Did you guys make those big-headed moths, disgusting den of monsters? Cut the poetry and answer my questions. Did you know Theresa? The exiled one has had the honor of seeing that king of Sarkis. This is where the tragic king was reborn. Oh, she's getting her answers today. This is the place? How did they do it? The confessory brought back the king's body, bloodied body back, and cut her soul from the myriad. And she was already entwined within the myriad, and could no longer exist as herself. W turns around, toward the altar in the center of the cavern. The menacing building looks unnerving and smells faintly of blood. What had happened here? I dare not think about it, but I can't stop myself. Why? The present of Sarkis needed her to die. The future of Sarkis needed her to live. As the king of Sarkis, she gave her all. Her spirit, her wisdom, her blood, and her bone. You followed the king's path as her former subject. But she is no longer the one you knew. I saw her awakening, sorrow on her face. I saw the weight on her soul, her eternal torment. Enough, shut up. She was a sacrifice to the myriad souls, to Kazdal, to the past and future Sarkis. I said shut up. I've had enough. Calcit, Dr. Therisis, all of you. All of you have your big dreams and ambitions. You talk about doing great things. But did it change anything in the end? People keep dying. The people who should die, the people who shouldn't, and the people who really shouldn't. And you won't even let her have her final rest. To hell with the myriad souls and the suffering of the Sarkas. Why should a person have to bear all this burden? All of you can go to hell. I'll blow this place. Yeah, she is very emotional. Like, this is fucking with her so bad. The place of her discretion to oblivion. Dust fills the entire cavern. The decrypt ornaments lie in ruins, yet the explosions are not enough to quench her anger. In the deepest reaches of the cavern, a lone altar resembling a door remains. What is this? Your Highness? W pushes the door open. Why would this one be the shorter one?
それじゃあ出発しようか。みんな僕のルートに沿って行動してね。
The fire is spreading this way. Get ready.
Got it. Too bad my freaking Shaw is not strong enough to do anything about that.
主の名を掲げ、この旗の下へ集え。こんなセリフを一度言ってみたかったんだ。
Incapacitating them is enough, right? Entendido.
Oh, it's one of you. Okay.
An improv from us.
Please, trust in me.
Gonna explode, isn't it? Oh no.
What would you suffering will come to rest. War. A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
I panicked and put that there.
To act,
I don't need that.
Madame Chen's swordsmanship flows within
Perfect.
this weapon.
Okay, this is gonna hurt a little bit. Yeah, you're dead.
Or perish.
But I need you still alive.
I'm listening.
I
Okay.
know what to do. Don't order me around.
Pass on your last words? No.
Ain't no way.
Awaiting orders.
Stand still. It'll spare all of us the effort.
I'm prepared. This endless burn. You needn't fear.
I'm listening. I know what to do. Nothing can mask the scent of despair. Don't keep me waiting. A solo. To you.
Fear not.
Mission accomplished.
I didn't realize that was the last one. I wasn't paying attention. Go straight back to W. Don't give me anyone else. Okay, cool. Found you. Crazy. You're crazy, just like they said. I'm glad you already know. Then you must already know what I do to those who won't tell me what I want to know. Now talk. What do you people plan? What are you people planning around Kasdal? What's behind this overly simple operation? Don't act like I'm stupid just because I don't care about the ins and outs of Therisis giving up Kasdal. You didn't break free of my witchcraft. How long do you think you can last? Until you beg for death on your knees and spit out everything you know. Mercenary, you think you're the special one that gets to live? She's been living for pretty long. Everyone does, until death finally comes for them. Death forgets no one. The myriad souls are waiting. You won't escape, and neither will she. It's all futile. What about you? Me? I'm happy to embrace my death. Say goodbye to weakness, Sarkis. A new era has dawned. It belongs to us. Even if there's no place for me in us. Did she just blow him up? You didn't even let him finish his speech. That was rude. W, your hand. Medic, we need a medic over here. Damn, he triggered the grenade. Okay, so it wasn't her. With the Sarkis' death, his art cease. Mire fades and the stench of decay dissipates. Yet, why does the wilderness around them remain so dark? The sense of unease deepens. The expression on the Sarkis warriors as they died was one of devotion. Why would such an expression appear on the faces of men like them? Were you able to get in touch with HQ? Inter-squad communication has been partially restored. Heavy interference still prevents us from reaching the headquarters, though. It's possible that Iridium activity is spreading in the area. No need to worry, though. We haven't heard about any attacks on HQ. Plus, they have Her Highness and the doctor there. We're one step away from winning this war. Where's the vehicle? We're going back now. But we haven't received further instructions. We could upset the doctor's plans if we move without orders. Wait, I'm getting a message. It's from Scout. Scout says, Babel was merely temporary refuge, no different from the countless others before it, or so W had believed. Oh, this is filling in the spot of what happened while a W was separated from Babel. I think. True. There was always clean food and water. The badly wounded were not just left to die, and there were a few interesting guys around. But at the end of the day, it was all the same, just a place to stay. It was not the first time W had lost her home before she joined up with Hodor and Inez. Sometimes she would return to camp, find it in flames. Sometimes she was the one who set it on fire. It was what she was used to. No Sarkis truly believes in peace and quiet. Destruction was the norm. Conflict was the spice of life. But when she saw the collapsed columns, the bloodstains in the corridors, and the doctors yelling instructions, for the first time she felt a profound sense of collapse. What happened? Out of the way, out of the way. Make way for the wounded. Make room for this in the sick bay. Out of the way. Where's Her Highness? No idea. All security systems have failed. Dr. Kalsa is... Look out. Oh, this was still taking place as she... Oh, shit. Did you do this? Sarkis, it's over. Don't say that. Now I see. Her blood was no different from ours. Everything turned to dark once more, like a curse that refuses to lift. Darkness engulfs the light, consuming it completely. No one can escape the night. The war is over, along with its strife. Listen, Sarkis, victory belongs to... A blade penetrates the assassin's chest. Babel didn't give you any orders, W. What are you doing here? You want to talk to me about violating orders now? Ascalon looks at her. W had worked with Ascalon for a while now, but this was the first time she saw that look on her face. The look in her eyes. She didn't know that Ascalon was capable of such sorrow. Is what Scout said true? You shouldn't have come back. Not now. Where's Her Highness? Sweep the ship, W. Rhodes Island is not out of danger yet. Dr. Kalsa is busy dealing with emergencies. We're the only ones. I'm asking you, where's Teresa? Go to the mobility level. That's the most likely point of entry. What, are you bloody deaf? You said she's dead. I want to see it with my own eyes. Listen to me, Sarkis mercenary W. Fulfill your duty unless you want Babel to fall, and all of her efforts to be for naught. You're worthless, all of you, worthless. Why did I ever trust you? Why did I ever believe that you could... Yeah, this is fucking with her. Nothing's changed. Nothing ever did. All high and mighty. Were they not everyone on this... High and mighty, were they not everyone on this ship? Didn't they spend all their time talking about their dreams and their lofty ideals? Then why couldn't they even protect one person? All the things they've said, the things that I thought could be. I was the fool who believed. This makes sense with why she's like so emotional over this. I saw it. The blood and footprints in the chairman's room. There was nothing else left. It was like nothing was ever there. The darkness was thick and sticky. It always is. Teresa is dead, and I didn't even get to see her one last time. Seeing W this emotional actually does like hit me a little bit. Even though a lot of it is anger, like you can sense the sadness within the anger a little bit. Your Highness, what are you doing here? The door's still... When did it get fixed? Guess closure's good for something after all. The old hag too. Rhodes Island stayed together barely after you were gone. She did her best, so did the little bunny. I did my part too. I wanted to see you again. Ever since I got to Ladinium, I've wondered when I could. I never understood. Why did you always put yourself through so much? Just like how I never understood why you cared so much about that broken door. Teresa is gone. What? Then who's standing there? Who's standing right there? No, I must be dreaming. Why would Her Highness talk to me? Am I talking to myself? But the work of the Sarkas is not done. I will give myself to our cause. For the future where all of us can sleep without fear. I don't understand, but I believe you. What about you then? Teresa turns around and pushes the door. It opens. Teresa walks through the door, followed by countless silhouettes. Their voices booming, their questions piercing. The Sarkas will never be saved. No one can escape suffering, for we had once suffered. No one can escape hatred, for we had once hated. All the senseless deaths, all the shattered hopes. Where is paradise? Where is peace? This is a powerful fucking image. Teresa's steps are slow and heavy. W opens her mouth. What should she say? What could she say? She finally realizes that it was not a conversation she had just experienced, but an echo of Teresa. But she cannot resist asking the shadow, how can I save you, Your Highness, if you're still alive? Keep going. You will go further than I ever have. How will I know I've gone far enough? If I killed you, will you be saved? There is no answer. Teresa does not turn back. Neither do the silhouettes. Their footsteps are slow, but their direction remains unwavering. Teresa walks further into the light, almost out of sight. Your Highness, W finally lets out what she's been holding back. Screw the myriad souls. Screw the sufferings. Screw their sufferings. I'll bring peace back to you. Maybe you've never had true peace, but screw it. I'll end it all. For you, Your Highness. Did she see Teresa stop for a brief moment? W isn't sure. She shimmers and blends into the light. Darkness returns once more. What was that? You heard the king's echo. You're alive? What did she not listen? Krylikoa appears behind W without her realizing. Neither the bombs nor falling rocks left a mark on him. He comes up beside W and gently closes the door. Her Highness is left. How could you be so calm when I just blew up your home? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. If destruction is inevitable, why despair when it comes? You don't let things get to you? I'll give you that. Honestly, I'm starting to find you interesting. Aren't you supposed to be really powerful? Didn't any Kings of Sarkas try to send you to do something useful? The one I serve is... I'm gonna just say Chi. Transcends history itself. He is a colossal titan in the vast river of time. I followed him in his wars. My sword, an instrument of death to his command, but my body, a failed vessel at extending his life. Guess even the craziest among us have their loyalists. The experiment failed, unable to fulfill my destined purpose. I banished myself to this realm. I am of no use, fit only to gather the remnants of bygone heroes and mourn the past. I've been waiting for someone to open the door to the future. I thought the wrestler would be the one to do so. You. The gaunt figure is picks up the broken altar The gaunt figure picks up the broken altar fragments on the ground and grinds them into fine dust. He trails the powder down to his cheeks with his fingers, creating two streaks that resemble tears. Her Highness Teresa is gone. You have picked up her last echo. The King of Sarkis' old subject. Your presence here may not be a coincidence, young Sarkis. You know what? I think so too. Gotta leave a souvenir for the Confessor's nest. She just doesn't give up. Kulikoa looks down to find several bombs at his feet. Why did you? You know what? Of all the freaks I've met, you're one of the more interesting ones. But I couldn't leave a confessoress without leaving a present behind. What is your name, mercenary? Find it on Theresa's tombstone.
All must return to the existing order.
And
None
that
may disobey the rules.
is where we end for today. I want to continue, but it's late and I'm tired and I'm hungry and I haven't ate. So yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, please hit the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I will be continuing tomorrow morning around 7 a.m., 8 a.m., whatever. We'll see. And turn on the notifications to see when I go live. Thank you guys for coming through and enjoying this with me. How many missions are there in this chapter? The next one would be a banger. See you next stream. Hey, thank you, Damar. I appreciate you, bruh. 22, easy. Okay, we'll finish this in a couple days. Yeah, love you guys. You all have a wonderful night. Stay healthy. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Stay chaotic. I'm forgetting my own quote. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace out, guys. Sorry to rush it like that, but I'm really freaking hungry. I just want to go eat. Also, that's for battle stages. How many period? How many stages period? $24? Got it. All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do the damn thing. You all get some rest, especially you, Baki, staying up late. And I will see you in a bit. It ends at 23, but there's some extra stuff. Okay, cool. I'll see you then. Oh, still get some sleep. I'll see you in a few hours.